a look at the progress on the Saturday projects. Alright, I'm back with you once again. It is 8:19 now in the evening. As you can see before you, I have the circuit breadboarded. It doesn't work. Story of my life. I have both circuits, you know, should be working, but they're not. This one, it does amplify. I can turn on the in other words, I can, if I turn this on, let's see, where's my plug? There it is. You should be able to hear it come out. Just barely you can hear it, but if I can turn it up, I'll turn up the gain a little bit, you can hear it. Let me turn this down. I think you can hear it. So it is working, as you can hear plainly. It's not working right because I went to switch my gain on the 318 and absolutely nothing happens. There's one low or high, I don't know which is which. There's the other one. Other than some crackling in the speaker, there's nothing, no changes. So what I'm going to do is uncouple this and just concentrate on getting a decent signal out of the 318. And I think that's what I need to do, because I think that's where my problem is, because obviously it's not varying the gain when I switch it. So that's where I'm at. So I think I've got something wired wrong here. It's obviously making it through because the 386 is amplifying, but it's not doing like it's supposed to. And I only have a 6.8 and a 3.3 K resistor acting as a volume control. I don't have the actual volume control in there. I've got some of those breadboarding pots I need to put in there and do it that way, but I haven't gotten around to do that yet. So I wanted to get a decent circuit first, but that's where I'm at with that. So let me push that aside just a little bit, and we'll show you this. Now this came in the mail today. This is my speaker for my PTR signal tracer. What I want to do is go ahead and, now I'm not going to be using the waterproof part of this, so I'm going to notch it out there and notch it out here. Same thing on this side, and shove this speaker all the way up as far as it'll go, and that's where I'm going to put my hole for it. That will give me as much room down here as possible, and that's what I'm after. See, something like that maybe is what I'm trying to achieve. It won't be exactly that much, but it'll be close to it. And that gives me a little bit more space down here. This is the space where everything's going to go, and I've got to make sure that my circuit board will fit in there, no problem. And that's what I'm going to do. It's all going to be attached to the top, though. It's not going to be really attached to the bottom at all. But so that's what I'm doing there. And I haven't done anything at all on the car radio. Let me turn this off. You don't need to listen to that. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. And like I say, I want to redo this first, and then I'm going to cut this hole. I may cut the hole first. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll get my Dremel tool and cut these things here off, and then we'll go from there. So I'll bring you back, show you where I'm at. Alright, what you can see here now is the fact that I do have that cut out, and that speaker butts right up against that pretty good now. So you can see there I have a lot more room down below to put my stuff in. So what I'll do is mark my 4 holes for the speaker, and then I can use those holes to line up the center hole, which is going to be this size here of the speaker basket. This one, that outer ring there, hopefully is what I'll be using, and that way it'll sit down in there on the top when I send it down in, and just the top will be up there. I got to get this as close as I can to the center. It's a little bit hard to do, but not impossible. Well, I can see right now that's as far as that's going to go over. So I'm going to have to go right there, I guess. That's going to be as close as I can get, it looks like. So let me mark some holes out, and let me do that, and I'll drill some holes, and we'll go from there. So we'll be back. All right, well, I've got the hole cut for the speaker. I still gotta round it off a little bit with a sanding disc or something, and get that smoothed up. But that's pretty close to where I wanted it. In fact, I'd say it's perfect. So did pretty good on that. I was glad of that. So like I say, I've got to go through and get all the trim the parts off of it that need to be trimmed. Might just use the utility knife. That would probably work just as well as anything. But anyway, that's what she'll be looking like. That's the size of it. Let's see what she looks like in there. Just a little bit of a preview. Oh yeah. There you go. That's what she's going to be looking like. Now I've got to come up with some kind of a grill for it. The ones I was going to buy were way too big for this. They were almost 4 inches across, and that would not work because that's not 4 inches across there. So that's what she's going to be looking like. Like I say, I'll go ahead and round it off a little bit. It'll fit a little bit better when I do that. But I think it's pretty good as it is. Like I say, I'll figure out a grill cloth or grill for it. Just something like a web crosshatch, something like that. Just something to protect the speaker. It's not a big deal. So that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to end this because it's 9:37 now, and I think we're going to call it quits for the night. Clean up my mess. And yes, I did make a mess. I started to use my portable, or whatever you want to call it, battery-powered drill, but it was out of juice. So I'm charging that battery up now. I went ahead and got the electric out. It was handy here, so I just figured that thing was so much torqueier than the other. I mean, it took me everything I had to hold on to that plastic piece to keep it from turning in my hand, and even that didn't help. I mean, it did start turning in my hand. I started it with the power screwdriver and got the lay of the land with it, and then I switched off to the electric drill. So it worked out pretty good. You guys have a wonderful evening. Really appreciate you watching. Got stuck on this thing again. I've lost a couple of resistors, a 10K and a 1200K, 1200 ohm resistor. So I've got to find those. Either that or get another ones, get more, whatever. One way or the other. That's what I'm stuck on right now. But I'm trying to get this thing wired up so where I can get some testing done and figure out what I want to do with this Aussie signal tracer. I mean, it won't be that hard to modify on the board once I figure out how I want to do it, but I just soon do it on the breadboard as on that perk board by swapping stuff. So that's what that is, and like I say, I'm going to be looking at the other. Now I've lost it again. Huh? Oh, here it is. This is the other one I've got to get going with. And this will be mounted like that. So it's going to sit there like that. Like I said, it's going to cut down on my space a little bit more even, but not that bad. It'll be workable. I've got a lot of swing room there too. So like I said, that's what we're shooting for. That kind of thing. I'll put the L brackets on the top there, like I said, and figure out what all I need. I just need one of those switches, with the double pole, double throw switches, and a power switch. I may not use those rocker switches like I intended to originally, but I'll figure something out. Like I say, I always do. Alright, trying to yammer on again, ain't I? You guys have a pleasant evening. Thanks for watching, and we will see you